Hi guys, thank you so much for watching our video. So let's gonna start. We are gonna share here screen. Okay, so let's begin. Today we are gonna talk about intercultural language learning for cultural awareness space. We are Judy Esmeralda Moreno Ortiz, it's me, Juliet Caterina Rodriguez, and Erika Daniela Suarez. Alright, so let's gonna start. So everything that we are going to talk about is related with the bibliography. That is going to be the Tech Talk from 2019. Okay. And also two books that we are going to call Book 1 and Book 2. Okay. Next to it, we have the first question. So we are going to talk about 5 principles developing intercultural. That is this one that we have here. And in the first principle, we have intercultural attitude. That is how you are going to show to another culture the attitude that you are having learning a different language, right? So try to take into account that nothing is correct. Everybody can make mistakes, have a low English level, it's okay, because we are not looking for perfection. We are just trying to be effective. All right. So, and the second principle, we have knowledge, as everybody knows, in order to know about another culture and about another language, we will need to make sure that we are engaged with that people and with their language to recognize how the others perceive you. So here, we don't want that someone else is judging me and focus communicating idea and always paying attention. For the number third, I have skills of interpreting and relating. As we know, all cultures are different, so let's try to recognize what is your environment and the context, because always is going to be the most important thing. And the success is how you are recognizing or interpreting the culture related with the situation that is happening. And the number four, we have the skills for discover and interaction. That's depending of your behaviors, your values, your beliefs, and the ones from the other culture. Is always like the tolerance, respect, and manage your knowledge and attitude. And in the number five, I have the critical culture. How can I combine this knowledge, this attitude, recognize my environment, applying explicit criteria about it? And always respect the others. Human dignity always is going to be important. And the role that you are going to perform, you as teacher. In the number second, we have the examples. Okay, so when she was the drugstore to see if it's possible buy the EPA or the DHA, me as a customer, I don't care what's the meaning of EPA, what's the meaning of each DHA. I just want to know what's better for me. So that's the social practice. I don't need that you explain me everything, every single thing. I do need that you please provide me what's the objective or why do I need to buy this one or this one. So we are going to talk about a little bit more about it with my partners. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I agree with your opinion. Taking into account the reading in the video, the seller makes use of language as social practice. It can identify it by the relationship it makes between each omega with the organ that is involved. The salesperson constructs meaning by establishing a simple relationship that is easy for her client to understand.
Oh, okay. I can see the example of IPAD and the HR. It's a social practice because many people who have a knowledge of a language, it's not matter if you have a low level of English. That is important thing is to know how to communicate with people the way you think is right. It's okay.
Okay, the question number 3. Um, According to the text read, intercultural competence is understood as the ability to warrant a short understanding of language, I can infer that the sales representative spoke about the two types of omega, but forgot to communicate a more precise meaning about the particular function of each one. I think this happened because when she noticed that she was a native speaker, her cultural stereotypes led her to focus on speaking English as similar to her buyer, thinking that is whole be the most important. But I forgot that what your buyer specifically want was to know the meanings and difference between DHA and EPA. In this way, she will make a brief relationship between the medical diagnosis and the omega that met her needs. I will advise the sales representative to focus on the results of her communication, that is, that the language she uses facilitates communication with people.
Okay, I think based of the video, the intercultural dimension in the teaching of language aims to perceive the identified and stereotypes that person has to express themselves through speech, body expression, the influence when they say, how they say it, and how the answer interpreted. For example, the second saleswoman who has behind the counter, her body expression was calm, arms folded. She limited hers to K question. Why the cultural dimension is the ideas one has to speaking person according to their identified customers, gender, and dialect. For example, the sales representative is said insecure, she feel but she was going to speak with a native person who was going to look her mistake when pronouncing some words, resulting in her understand or impedient to communicate with other person.
Okay, the question number 4. You?
Yes. Mariana shares an experience about daughter taking piano lesson in comparison with a body playing video games. How do you relate the experience to understand language learning in the terms of second language and the role of language to support your ideas? I think the understand on language and English has to do with attitude, and because when you are start speaking, one must have confidence in yourself, speak very calm with problems without feeling and beginning judgment or judgment is mistake are made, because if you start to do and think you think that is wrong and the brain is glued, that is not impeded you communicate with other people. I think is better you are in very calm because
Okay.
see, yeah.
Okay. I can understand that your relationship between this experience and language learning is associated with attitude. Although in both cases, the objective was to attain a good result. The attitude assumed by Marian's daughter and the boy who plays video games is different. Marian's daughter focuses on not making mistakes, while the boy focuses on achieving the goal of the game, regardless of whether he's doing it well or badly. If we relate the experience to language learning, we can see that it happens frequently. Personally, it happens to me. I am afraid and embarrassed to speak in English for fear of what other people may say. The lack of confidence when it comes to speaking and thinking about the mistakes that I may make are what make my attitude towards the language not the best, and do not allow me to advance either. I I agree with Mariana. English is a tool and its use is for communication. Language is something we do. That is, we must concentrate on the person with whom we are speaking, that this person understand the message that we want to give him, that the communicative act has a result. Emmanuel Mounier says something very important: communication is an act of decentering on oneself.
Yes, and I totally agree with you. I think that in this example, the best thing or the thing that we can highlight is that you are not making mistakes if you are not like waiting others is gonna be judging you, right? If you are like confident, if you feel like just communicating something, the words just leave from your body. You're gonna speak a lot without any issue because you are not expecting that someone else is trying to find the mistake in every single thing you are saying. Okay, and that's it. I will say that thank you so much for watching our video. That was our presentation. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye. And that's it.